Hi, Jane Kimberly live again tonight.
How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing great.
Yep, it is Thursday and we're already into March and it's been beautiful weather. We're supposed to get more rain next week, which is crazy.
Right. And I just want to say something Kimberly and I did not discuss. We just took my mom to lunch for her 86th birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. Really awesome. And it was a lot of fun.
Got to celebrate your parents, right?
Absolutely.
And my mom's doing much better, so she is doing great, and thank you for all your prayers on that. So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about some pointers about your marriage, and then we're going to go into a little bit of our story, and once we were losing everything, where we were guided from there.
Yes.
But one thing that Jay and I want to talk about, we've been married now almost 25 years this
right?
year,
Yep.
together for
May.
28, and I think that what's important is to keep your marriage alive is to spending time together.
Alone.
I think a lot of people don't take time. Their kids are around and they don't want to leave their kids. But one thing Jay and I have always done was gone on vacations. We made it a point, and I know some of us can't afford it, and there was a time that we couldn't afford it, but let me tell you that we've done other things to make it happen. But you have to take that time alone together, because this craziness in this world and the stress, and for us to be like moms in the house and the kids are there, it really helps us relax when we're not in the house and you take us to a hotel or something or somewhere, just a getaway. But one thing that we always made sure of is that we took little mini vacations together here and there, and always on our anniversary. And when we were losing things and we didn't have a lot of money, we would send the kids out of the house.
Right. So there's a lot of things that you can do. Number one, what she just said, if you can't afford to go on a nice vacation with just you and her alone because you have kids, things change when you have kids. All of a sudden, there isn't the time you used to have for each other. And we kind of lose sight of that time still being necessary. And it's really important that we spend time alone together, because Kimberly and I miss that connection. After
that intimacy,
that
right?
intimacy, just alone in the sense of, even if it's only a couple nights, if you can really afford the couple nights, get away from your house.
At least once a month.
Yeah, get your wife's mind out of everything that's going on around her, because she's busy. She's taking care of the house, she's working. Us guys, I'm going to own this because I have to, because she does more than me, there's no doubt. I try to work around the house and do some things, but I get focused on my own stuff. But she loves her house, she loves her kids.
Well, I do the laundry.
It's right.
And I clean the house, and and I have a full-time job too.
She needs a break.
So, and I love it when I'm out of the house, but then I also love it when the kids are gone and we say, okay, go have a sleepover somewhere, or have grandma take them for the night.
Yes.
And we do
really important.
We do a nice dinner here, and music and candlelight, and some people have baths and pour a nice bath. It's very important for us to do that for each other, because if you think about it, when we were in the initial stages of dating,
that's what we did.
That's what you did.
Alone time.
You had
always.
Alone time,
no kids.
dating. You had, you're the most important person in my life. Now work gets in the way. Your kids get in the way. You have to find time to bring that back. So definitely make it a point, even if it's a staycation, vacation, a party at your home, a little romantic
you
evening.
and her, right?
Even if it's going out on your anniversary somewhere and spending the night at a hotel or going on a vacation. So it's very important to do that. And then we want to kind of pick up from where we left off, was when we were starting to lose everything. And
lost our house to foreclosure,
houses,
sold our house to short sale.
Had to file bankruptcy, and everywhere around here was dead as far as real estate and everything that we knew. And we couldn't find work, and everywhere we looked and turned was like, wow, we felt like a failure. Like all the stuff around us, the things that we like to do.
We couldn't afford to do it anymore.
The houses we built, it was like, we were just like, okay. And all our realtor friends were like, so negative and depressing.
Yeah.
We just needed to get out of town. So we prayed about it, and we both said we loved Colorado.
We always liked visiting there. We went skiing there. We went on some summer vacations there.
We had a timeshare there.
Right. And it was a beautiful place. And we said, okay, God, if this is something you're calling us to do, show us. And then all of a sudden, people from Colorado started showing up in our lives, talking to us, especially Kimberly. She had 2 or 3 people come up and go, oh yeah, I'm from Colorado Springs, or I'm from here.
It was crazy.
And we loved it. Oh, you should definitely go there. You'll love it. And
I'd be driving and there'd be a license plate from Colorado. I mean, it's just true.
Right.
It's like God told us, okay, we should go check it out. So we prayed about it and we went on spring break
with the kids
and kind of tooled around and tried to figure out where we wanted to go. And then we ended up in this place right outside of Colorado Springs called Woodland Park.
Right, and it was we went to Durango first, didn't feel anything there. We were there for a night, and then drove into Colorado Springs. And everybody in Colorado Springs told us that there's some beautiful areas up above Colorado Springs, and we went up there into Fluorescent
Woodland Park.
Woodland Park is the
yeah.
first little town, right? And that's where we went in there, and we were driving around. And go ahead.
Yeah, well, anyway, we met this realtor up there, and he had a bunch of specs in this neighborhood.
He was doing an open house.
Yeah, and we sat and talked to him, and the guy that he represented was a builder, and we're like, wow, that's funny. We're builders down in Phoenix. Well, we were.
Right.
And he was looking for somebody to stage their home, like kind of help sell their homes and things like that. Now, mind you, this was the beginning of 2009.
Yes.
And things hadn't crashed everywhere like they did in Phoenix and Nevada and California and Florida yet.
Colorado was still doing okay.
Yeah, so we were still talking to this guy, and then we met with the builder, and everything was going great. Like, they really hit it off, and he's like, I could really use somebody like you with your expertise.
And what I did was I built as many homes as 14 homes at a time. I was at a higher level than he was at that time, but wanted to get to. And so basically we just talked about how I could help him grow into what he wanted to be. I wasn't clear that I even wanted to do that again, but as far as working for somebody, not having the responsibility and having somebody pay me well to do it, that's really where we felt a good calling after meeting with them. And they were also Christian, of course. And
so we prayed about it, and then when we prayed about it, we had just listed our home here in Ocotillo
before leaving on the trip.
And when we just said, God, if this is really where you want us to go, then show us a sign. Well, we had like 3 offers on our home within a week when we got back. So we kind of felt, okay, this is it. We're going to do this. So that's kind of how the Colorado thing came about, and we'll pick up here next week, and we're probably going to switch days again and go back to Wednesday. I know we keep switching days, but we have a crazy schedule because we do have children.
And her mom, and how we're taking care of her. It's been a little difficult, and we're just trying to rework our life. And so life happens, right?
Right.
But we want everybody to be there for us and let us know that it works for them. And of course, you can see it after the live.
Right.
You can
don't have
review
to watch
that
live.
kind of thing. So.
But we appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you, and we just ask for God's blessings over you and your marriages. And for those of you who aren't married and are watching, that's great, because this will give you some tools to learn for when you're dating and when you get married. And all we have to say is you've got to put God in the middle, in the center, and everything else will work. So,
it does.
And it took us a while in our journey, but we appreciate every one of you, and you have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye now.